So I've been watching a lot of the Baku series recently by Sethical, and I watched one of his videos where he ranks all the characters in the series from most good to most evil, and I thought, you know what, that's a fun idea. I'm gonna do that for my comic series, Obsidian Blaze, which you can read right now at obsidianblaze.thecomicseries.com. If you haven't read it already, I strongly suggest you do, but if you don't, feel free to keep watching the video, and maybe as I talk about it, you'll get interested in it. I really hope you do. I put a lot of work and time and effort into this comic, and I would like it to get read by more people, so that the effort can seem more worth it. Not that it doesn't already seem worth it, but you know what I mean. Anyway, we're gonna start off with the least evil. So obviously the least evil is Sophia. Sophia's like 13. She hasn't really done anything bad, and she's adorable, you know? The worst thing that she's done is borrow her brother's phone without asking. That's not even that bad. She didn't, try to steal it. She was gonna give it back. She felt bad about doing it. She gave it back, like, as soon as she got caught. Like, you know what I mean? She was just watching videos on it. And also, she texted Obsidian with it, and, like, that was what got them to, like, meet them and all. So all in all, it was a good thing. So really, Sophia hasn't really done anything bad. Second least evil is Cho. So Cho, again, hasn't really done anything that evil, aside from, like, the worst thing that she's done is it's implied that she's, like, a prostitute. Technically, yes, it's illegal. Sex work is real work. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or nothing, but, like, technically it's illegal, so, like, technically that's the worst thing she's done. The other morally worst thing she's done is that she's continuing to sleep with Obsidian, and in fact she is now dating Obsidian while still knowing that Henri has feelings for him, and not, like, kind of keeping her in the dark about that. Not the nicest thing to do, but not, like, evil territory compared to the other characters on the list. So the number 3, like, most good character in Obsidian is Koba. So Koba's probably worst. Sorry, my fiance's alarm's going off. So the worst things Koba's done is, like, he's like a hacker, kinda. Like, he uses an illegal VPN. He has, like, hacked into Pyrite's, like, stuff, and he's gotten, like, footage that Pyrite tried to have hidden. He's like conspiring against Pyrite. He also used his powers to crash 3 of his trucks. So that's, like, destruction of property or whatever. Also, he did try to beat up Obsidian in chapter 2, so I guess that's pretty bad. But, like, again, nothing like evil. Technically some illegal things here and there, but nothing like morally evil. Next up is Keon, Koba's boyfriend. Arguably they're, like, the same level of evil. They both kind of want to, like, take down Pyrite and do it in different ways. You know what I mean? Like, they're both kind of conspiring. So really they're about the same level of evil, which is fitting because they're, like, you know, boyfriend and boyfriend. But also, Keon's, like, an underground fighter, which is probably illegal. You know, like, there's probably some illegal gambling shit in there. But anyway, that's probably the worst thing Keon's done. Again, nothing, like, evil just yet. Next is where we're kind of getting into, like, the morally bad stuff, with Mateo. So Mateo, the worst thing Mateo's done was he did steal from a convenience store. Yes, it was to feed his sister, but he also bought drugs with it, like illegal drugs. Pretty bad. It's clear that he didn't enjoy doing that, and he doesn't, like, it's not something that he, like, wanted to do, but he still did it. It's pretty bad. Next up is Sauron. The worst thing Sauron's done, like, to another character in the comic was when he threw Obsidian out a window. But Obsidian was talking some shit. He kind of deserved it. Also, he did try to start a social uprising before the start of the comic. I mean, technically, that legally, again, it's the whole legal versus moral thing. Legally, that's bad. Morally, Pyrite's evil. He was doing the right thing. Finally, after Sauron, we have Obsidian. I know, the main character of the comic is pretty up there on the evil scale. Out of the heroes, he's not, like, the most evil. We'll get to the next one after that. but Obsidian's done morally and legally bad things. We'll talk about it. Probably legally the worst things he's done were breaking and entering. He broke into Sauron's place. I mean, he was trying to help him, so that wasn't actually that bad. He did assault those cops. They were harassing him. They were attacking him. Still pretty bad, you know, bad optics. Beating up cops. maybe legally not the best thing to do, but, you know, again, they were harassing him. So he also destroyed a billboard. He destroyed a Pirate Industries billboard. This destruction of property again. The worst thing he's done morally is just being a fuckboy. He's a bit of a fuckboy. He slept with Henri, then he slept with Cho without telling her about Henri. Then he went back to Henri, and now he's dating Cho. You know, like, he's make up your mind, brother. Yeah, the final hero on this list from, like, good to evil is Henri. Henri is the most evil protagonist of Obsidian Blaze. The worst thing she's done was when she burned a lot of people alive. She did do that. She burned a lot of people alive. Now, they were keeping her captive under false imprisonment, but statistically, she killed a lot of people. Like, a lot. She even says to herself, like, don't think about how that guy's definitely gonna die. Like, she killed a lot of people. There were the sprinklers and everything, but she did kill a lot of people. And she didn't really seem to care much about it. I would argue it's manslaughter, compared to the other ones on the list. But still pretty bad. And aside from that, she also swears a lot, which isn't, like, you know, I don't have a problem with swearing. I say fuck all the time. Like, it's just part of my vocabulary. I don't know, if you're like some pearl clutching fucking whatever, you probably would have a problem with that. Also, she did lie to the cops when they came and questioned her, so that's probably pretty bad. Anyway, finally, now we're on to the villains of the comic, and we're starting off with the least evil villain, and that is Onyx. Really, the only bad thing she's done is attempted murder, and assault, technically, but that's kind of part of it. She tried to kill Keon and Obsidian, and the others, because she kicked over the truck. So yeah, that's probably the most evil thing she's done. I put her above Henri because A, she's like already a villain, like in the comic, like morally she's on the wrong side, and B, Henri was doing it to escape. Like, she burned those guys alive because she was trying to escape. Onyx was, like, targeting them for murder, you know what I mean? Like, she wanted to kill them. Henri probably would be fine with getting out of there without having to kill anybody. Onyx, on the other hand, she was gunning for him. So yeah, that's why that's why Onyx is above Henri. Next up is Beat. Now, you'd assume Beat's a little more up there, but you'll see when we get to the other villains, you'll see that it gets worse. Mainly the worst thing Beat's done, and it's not really present in the comic, but, like, it's implied, she's done a lot of murder. She's killed a lot of people. She's Pyrite's #1 assassin. She's done a lot of murders. In the comic, like, we've seen attempted murder, at least assault, kidnapping as well, or assisting in kidnapping, whatever. So yeah, that's she's pretty high up there, but she's not as high as the other villains. But now we're into the top 3 most evil characters in the comic. Also, actually, I should mention, before we get to them, Neon Scene Trinity is not on this list. Yeah, they've just been introduced, so I didn't want to include them in the list. Anyway, we're getting into the top 3 most evil characters now. So, the third most evil character is Dr. Bevel. Now, technically, he has not killed as many people as Beat has. He hasn't really done as many things wrong as Beat. But the worst things he's done were, he tried to kill Sauron, and he did break into his house. But I'm putting him a little higher than Beat just because he's creepy as fuck. Like, he's just a weird, scary looking dude, and you don't look that scary unless you're more evil, you know? So yeah, that's why he's a bit higher than Beat. Number 2, you probably knew this one was coming, Kokoro. Kokoro's the second most evil villain in the comic. He is guilty of a lot of shit. Attempted murder, first of all. He tries to kill Obsidian. Actually, yeah, he tries to kill all the main characters at that point in the comic. Attempted, I mean, I'm the writer, but I'm just gonna say attempted sexual assault, because some of this shit he was saying to Cho was like getting a little rapey. So yeah, that's pretty bad. Very, very bad, in fact. Overall, just gang shit. Like, he runs a gang, he's the head of the Killer Queens and everything. You know, gang activity, illegal, very illegal. And destruction of public property, because he wrecks that building. So yeah, he's done a lot. He's done a lot of bad shit. And number 1, you knew this was coming. You knew this was coming. It's Pyrite. Obviously, the most evil character in the comic is the main villain. Pyrite. Gerard Pyrite, the main villain. I have like a list of all the things that, like the worst things that the characters have done, and next to Pyrite I just wrote a lot. But to be more specific, in the comic, murder, framing, conspiracy to commit murder, he really wants to kill Obsidian, kidnapping, he kidnaps Henri, destruction of public property as the Golden God, he's just like wrecking shit downtown. He frames Henri and Koba's dad for the murder of their mom. Just a whole lot of shit. And then, like, it's implied that he's done even worse shit in the background. Blackmailing, monopolization, assassination, that's like in the comic. He gets assassins to work for him. He's the worst. He's pure evil, and it's gonna get worse. I'm not gonna lie. I know where the story goes because I'm writing it. It's gonna get worse. Yeah, this list will definitely change as the comic goes on, because some of this shit these characters do, it's even the heroes, it's fucked. And if you want to keep up with that, and if you'd like to see what happens in the future of this comic, you can read it, as I said, at obsidianblaze.thecomicseries.com. Thanks so much for watching this video. This was a lot of fun to kind of ramble about, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.